Hey everyone, it's Steven GetMoneyMyrick here, and man, are there a lot of changes in Idle Heroes right now, and I just got to cover all of them super quickly. So this is going to be the quickest rundown I think I can possibly give you the most information, the tips about all the new changes that have occurred within Idle Heroes. This all happened right as I was like, I'm kind of running low on video ideas, and then they dropped the Glory Challenge, they dropped this chapter event, and they dropped some, the way the Purify changes take place. So I'm going to be covering all of those. I'm going to be doing it really quickly because I know I'm late to the party, so I'm going to make sure that what I'm telling you is very quick and very helpful information. I did want to say, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really, really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. That's the way I'm going to keep improving. So please consider subscribing. But let's go ahead and start with the most boring thing, which is this chapter book here down in the bottom left corner. My face is actually covering it. Let me check real quick. It's this chapter right here. Move me back to where I belong. So nothing too much to say about this. Basically, it's a new mode where you can go through and complete events in order to get rewards. You can see there's lots of rewards to get. I think there's a lot of Garuda copies. I don't know what the final thing is, if it like gives you enough to build an E5 Garuda. The one thing the only thing I wanted to say about it was just the fact that you can still unlock these rewards as you do them. It's just that you can't collect them until you complete the previous chapter. So the cool thing is you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to hold off doing that until I get to that chapter. No, it'll go ahead and it'll unlock, and then you can just go ahead and you can claim them. You can see right here, like it says, oh, maybe it doesn't say, but you have to unlock this chapter after claiming the rewards from the previous chapter. It's what it says again behind my head. Look at that. So very quick, very easy, lots of good new stuff, lots of just stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll go ahead next and talk about the Purify changes, because those we can also cover pretty quickly. If you're not aware, because I bet some people aren't aware, the Purify changes are out. And so what does that mean? That means now you have to choose which Purify, like there's a bunch of different options for this third slot here. So we have the same first two, Shared Fate and Resilience, but now you have to choose between, when a round ends, 100% chance to remove one random mark from yourself, 100% chance to remove one random control effect from yourself, 100% remove one random damage over time, and then 100% chance to remove one random attribute reduction or debuff from self. So a lot of you are probably wondering, what should I do? I was even wondering, like, does it make sense to just go for heal, because you know that will have effect on every time? I believe, I don't want to misquote, but I've heard that GDP has said that he's recommending staying with marks, and to me that makes sense, using the marks, because those are some of the more powerful kind of things that happen to heroes right now. But if you have a Fiona, because she can remove marks, you can go ahead and do control immunity. So I don't want to be misquoting GDP. I heard somewhere that that's what he said. I didn't actually see it myself. He knows a lot more about this game than I do, honestly. This is one of those things where it's like I always just set Purify and I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I knew what it's like, oh, it gets rid of some things, and then I died to an Asmodel thing and not understand why. So that's just my recommendation right now. Marks are powerful, and go ahead and get those mark debuffs, the mark purifies. But let's now get into the fun part, the Glory Challenge. So the Glory Challenge is this event in the top right corner here that you'll unlock, and basically, you know, there's just a lot of different things you can do, and I'll kind of give my thoughts about the entire event, like after I go through some of the tips I have for it. But you can see, like, get a 5-star hero, get a 6-star hero, then get a Fortress 9-star hero, get a 10-star of each faction, get an E3 of one of two, and get an E5 of each faction. So lots going on there. And then in the Void, get a Void hero, make it V2, make it V4. And you can see for V4, you get a 10-star. So a lot of the tips I'm going to be giving basically revolve around your ability to regress resources and build them back up. So for example, if you had a V4 hero right now, you do not have to build a new V4 hero. You can go ahead and regress your imprints and then make them a V4 hero again, and you are going to unlock all of these amazing rewards. With E5s, you could regress an E5 and build up another hero if you really wanted to knock this out quickly. That I would not necessarily recommend. That's going to take you a lot of resources and a lot of time, but it's something you could be doing. Not a lot of time. You'll be able to get it done quicker, but you'll be losing a lot of resources in the process. So I recommend working on these kind of naturally as they unlock and getting them done. One question I had was, does this work the same as the chapter, where like basically you can't get this until you complete the previous thing? And I got that confirmed. that you can go ahead and unlock this. Like if you just happen to build an E3 hero but not build any 10 stars ahead of it, this will be unlocked, but you won't be able to claim it until you complete one of these routes. And that's the other thing, is you don't have to complete both sides of this route in order to unlock this prize. You could complete the left side or the right side in order to get that rewards. And you can see you got an Ignis and a Nosuke and a Drake as the rewards there. So lots of good stuff, lots of 9-star heroes here. So you've got basically a V and E5 right here, because between all the 10 stars here and the 6 9 stars. So a lot of food out there, but again, it will take a while. Tips. I want to cover tips. So I did test it, and it is a fact that if you have because this last one right here is about splendid equipment, getting a splendid artifact. So I said equipment, but it's just part of the equipment challenge. A splendid artifact. If you have one, you can regress it in the Ormus Workshop. So if we go in Ormus Workshop, and if you don't know, you can click this little recycle button here, and you can put in one of your artifacts, and it will fully return all of your resources to you. You don't lose anything at all. So since Ormus is only around for a few more hours here, I strongly recommend getting in here, regressing your splendid ones, because actually when you regress it, it will unlock this one, which is just getting a pay-to-win artifact. That actually counts as acquiring it. So you will actually unlock that, and you can go through, if you have multiple splendids, and get these ones all leveled up. I should be able to get that one with the A and B, and I should be able to get this one with the Demon Bell. So I'm going to get 450 feathers just from this, plus these 60. The gear, I haven't tested it, but my guess would be that if you re-roll gear, it's going to unlock this. So when Grey Dwarf Blessing is around, like if you re-rolled 3 resonance suits, I think it would unlock this. I don't know that. I haven't tested it because it's not out right now. But my guess would be, based on kind of the way the other things are working, that if you re-roll a set, you're going to get credit towards this, so you don't have to build it. The stones are a nightmare. The stones, if you want the last one, luckily it's not a good reward, it's just a hero copy. But having to get 10 3-star soul stones is just a nightmare. So that's going to take players, multiple years potentially, depending on where they're at. Some players, may have left theirs at I don't know what they're called, the orange stones, and so it's actually not that much it's still a ton, but it's not as insane to go up to Soulstone 3, but the reward is not that great. So that's the positive thing about all of this. And the final tip I want to give had to deal with star spawns, because you can regress star spawns now. So if we go into the galactic tree, and do I know how to regress star spawns? Yeah, the reset right here. So if you want to reset them, I believe it's 1,000 gems. You could come through and you could build up your star spawn so that you could unlock both of these sides. And you can see there's some pretty good stuff for it, because you get the evolution materials for your star spawns. Specifically, you can get these red ones. Now, in order to trigger this unlock, you have to pay the $70 monthly package to get your first red 10-star. But if you do that once, and this is how Idle Heroes gets you, you can get 5 here, and then you could regress imprints, get another 5 here, and then you could level it up twice, whatever your best current star spawn is. So that's how they're tricking me into, I'm probably going to spend $70 more now that maybe I wasn't going to spend, because now I'll be able to level it up twice. And same thing here, and this will just take you a long time to unlock, and a lot of money and a lot of time. Specifically, you have to wait a month right now still to get this stuff. So again, you can regress star spawns, you can regress your pay-to-win artifacts, you could regress your heroes, especially if you're going to regress them anyway. That will unlock some of these things. Definitely, do your void imprints and get 10 cores here and more chests and a 10-star. So if you manage this right, there's a lot of stuff out there available to you. I know people are upset that this didn't backtrack to if you've already had these unlocked. That's a reasonable thing to be upset about. Obviously, it would be nicer to just have it right away. But my favorite thing, honestly, about Idle Heroes is a progression system. I would love more stuff like this. I loved working towards Seal Land. I loved working towards Aspen Dungeon. Just even if this stuff is kind of pointless, it's nice, if there is a good Abyss hero that comes out soon, or if there's a good Fortress hero in the future that you're building towards, it's just nice to get some credit for that, get some rewards, just something to work on. And that's probably my favorite thing about Idle Heroes, honestly, is these little quests that you can work towards and just set a goal for yourself. So I'm happy about this. I'm not happy about the Purify changes, just because it makes me have to think a little harder. Obviously, if you're doing the Void Arc boss and you don't want people to get stunned, choose the control immunity one, which is green now. So I don't know. But yeah, that's all I had. I just really wanted to cover these topics super quickly, try to get some tips. If you have any questions at all, definitely leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Hopefully you found this video helpful. I know I'm a little late to the party, but that's just the risk of having a full-time job. But I tried to make up for it with more helpful information, or at least as quick as possible. So hope you all found this video helpful, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.